What's up, everyone? Brian Shea from Game Informer, joined by Kyle Hilliard. Kyle, how are you doing today?
Excited for the third trailer, final pre-release. What do they call it? Final pre-launch trailer for The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom.
That implies the existence of a post-launch trailer, which I'm assuming will include an accolades trailer, probably
there'll be
DLC at some point.
There'll be a launch
update
trailer, right?
Yeah, probably.
So, but it's just it's one of those things that the phrasing is weird. Final pre-launch trailer, but it's like, okay, I guess I see what you mean. You weirdos.
Yeah, and we're officially within a month of this game finally coming out. I still remember learning about it at E3 2019. I got to see the entire Nintendo Direct ahead of time as part of kind of like a media pre-brief session, but they excluded the final teaser, which was the announcement of the Breath of the Wild sequel. And so I found out about this game, the sequel to my favorite game of all time, as I'm on my way to an interview with Eiji Aonuma. So I was like, oh crap, like I'm about to interview the guy who's in charge of the entire Zelda franchise.
Yeah, I remember that because I remember you. The way this would work sometimes is we would coordinate things. This is what I saw. Here are my stories that are prepped, yada, yada, yada. And I remember watching it live and being like, I don't think they showed that to Brian. That seems like that would have been a big deal. That would have.
Yeah, I probably would have made a story about that. I would wager, because I remember I wrote all the stories for that Nintendo thing because I had got to see it beforehand, and then I think Suriel texted me and was like, "Did you see the Breath of the Wild sequel?" And I'm like, "What?" So I literally was on my way to that interview and I stopped and watched it on my phone before I went to go talk to the guy in charge of the entire series.
To their, not to give them a little leeway, I suppose, it's like they had to do everything they could to avoid that leak. Like it's just too precious. So I get it, but it's like, it would have been nice to know. It would have been helpful for us.
And it's funny because I looked over, Andrew Reiner was there with me, and I looked over at him, and they kind of like faded out in a weird way. Right. Like whoever was hosting that direct was like, "Thank you for joining us." It just kind of cut to black immediately. And I looked over and I was like, was that kind of like an abrupt ending? And he goes, "No, I think it was fine." And then I went and played Luigi's Mansion 3 and had a great time. And then later on, I was like, I knew it was something off about that. So this should start any second now.
Yeah, I was kind of hovering
we are at
over this. Oh, here we go.
All right.
Shut up, Brian, shut up.
I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. There's just 1 month left until the launch of The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. In this vast world that seamlessly connects the surface and sky,
It's curious if you can see how long this is.
Using your imagination to the fullest while exploring.
Well, the trailer's only 3 minutes, right?
Until
I believe
you can
so, yeah.
experience this unfamiliar Hyrule. I'm also very excited to see how you'll explore this world.
I feel like Mr. Onuma.
Today,
how we'll explore
we've
it.
prepared the final trailer before the game's launch. All right then, let's take a look.
New music
Please
in the
enjoy.
background, right?
And not a whole lot of pomp and circumstance leading into it. Okay. Continuing the focus on the sky.
Fighting on their own, are they? This is very reminiscent.
Chopping down a tree.
This is very reminiscent of the final Breath of the Wild trailer, just the way it's paced already.
That thing is going to make, like, the skydiving aspect is going to make exploration so much fun.
Ooh, towns.
Show us a real dungeon. That's all I want.
I would actually like to see one, yeah. Just a glimpse. Talking a lot.
Desert.
Oh, we got some reverse note sound. Look at that.
Oh. Stop short. Somebody's probably going to screen cap that one single frame where, like, his profile.
Hell, I'll do it on the stream. Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
That's what they cut from Resident Evil 4 Remake. That's great.
Ooh.
Zelda, we rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Link.
Like she's got shield on attached to a weapon.
I love the.
Oh, weird.
Whoa,
Horse carriage. We're like, whoa, horse carriage. Whoa. What?
Okay,
a
the
rocket
rocket.
ship? Slow motion leaping? Look at that. Oh, this is also from Resident Evil 4. Wow.
What? Titan battles?
Look at that thing.
Whoa!
I know why I am here.
Was that Valvagia?
It's something only I can do.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
Oh, there he is.
Okay, let's go!
A lot of new characters here.
God, I love this
But
rendition of the.
You are not alone.
Link,
Yes.
you are our final hope.
Oh, that was the shoot. What's his name? The dragon from the first Zelda, the
was
multi-headed
it?
dragon.
Oh, nice. He was in another trailer though, I think.
Yeah, he was kind of roaming, but like that was our first look at Link, like charging into battle against him. Oh, it's our post stinger.
Link! You must find me.
The call to action, they call that. Is there something after? No.
That's it.
All right.
That was great.
Yeah. I'm
the
assuming we're
trailer.
going to do what you typically do on these streams, like what we've done with the Mario movie trailers. We go back and kind of.
Okay, let's go!
A little volume there. Oh yeah, now we can click through a little bit. I mean, it's there's a lot going on here, man.
We got the champions back, which is cool.
But they're also
Did we
look
know
like
they were
they're-
coming back?
Look at that. There's Mr. Ganondorf.
God, he looks great.
He looks cool. True, and it's like I wonder if that's like a boss fight in a dungeon. See, okay, so that's a really young character. Like the voice was like, oh wow, that's like a child, you know?
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen the children of that race since Wind Waker, right?
No, they're in Breath of the Wild. You
The
you
young
need
ones?
some.
Okay,
I
yeah, you're
think.
right.
I mean, now I don't have
think
the
so.
confidence I thought I did, but. And who's this? This looks like
Is that Hylia?
yeah. I mean, look at those ears.
Well, I mean, there is a character in those the stone carvings that they uncover that has those ears and has like kind of the markings, I think.
Also, her necklace there is Zelda was holding that in her hand. She's like a yellow teardrop. What is that from? I recognize that from something. Is that one of the Guardians or is that a new character as well? I don't remember all the Guardians' names.
Urbosa?
Yeah, is that Urbosa? Let's see. We don't have to get too.
So Gerudo for sure.
Yes, or is that the Queen? It looks like a young woman.
Might be.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was curious about this because like these, some of the, I have a little bucket head guy here. These are not. I don't think these are characters that are going to die in a cutscene. I think
Ganondorf will murder every single one of those characters.
Yeah, they're not over designed. Oh, look, you're fighting side by side with the.
Yeah, that's
Zora
what I was
there?
wondering when I saw that scene. Was like, can you like assemble like a squad to fight with you?
Maybe that's yeah. There's the 3-headed dragon you were talking
Yes.
about. That's cool. Zelda has a haircut. It looks like right. I mean, she's had her hair up like that since the original teaser, but I thought it was like braided. Really getting into some minutia here, but yeah, what a great trailer.
Start like once not the full start, but like once we saw like, was that Ganondorf that we had with like the long flowing hair?
let's see if I can find it real quick as I click through.
Because I don't think he had the long flowing hair. I mean, maybe it was some sort of like malice related. That's cool though. Diving through the laser grid.
Yeah. Let's see, and then they had. Oh, look, they got the pits in this.
Okay, so that looks like a legit dungeon, right?
I think so. Yeah. Let's see. Give us soundtrack is
Right
great.
there, right there.
Ooh, yeah.
That looks
I
like a
don't
fire
know.
dungeon.
That's pretty big.
I mean,
Right? It's a big. Well, but I mean, the dungeons in the last game were not this big. There were no dungeon that had a location that was this large indoors.
Yeah, but I mean, there were no caves really in Breath of the Wild, and that looks like it could be like maybe a dungeon that you get to or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think that we're gonna have dungeons beyond the divine beasts.
This is really cool too.
Yes.
Yeah, the laser grid. Some new stuff here. That looks kind of dungeony. Yeah, see, you got like regular people fighting with you here, right? They're like with makeshift armor and that kind of stuff.
In the way that I wish they fought along. See, there's like almost like a corrupted version of.
I don't know who that is. Is that a new race? Looks almost like
Zona?
cat-like, or
Zonai?
wolf-like. Oh, could be. Yeah.
Because like the Zonai are going to play a role in this game for sure.
Yeah.
It's like all these like mechanical creatures are like Zonai architecture and Zonai creations.
And this looks like you're in Hyrule Castle.
Yeah.
But like not, dilapidated, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, okay, because I think there's going to be some elements of like past and present and future coming into play. I mean, especially with the Ouroboros that has been in a lot of the trailers.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to unpack there. Is that? That is not her dad, I don't think.
I think it might be a past scene with Ganondorf, to be honest.
I mean, look at
because
that.
it
That
sounds
hand looks like the hand we saw in the in the teaser, the dried up hand or whatever.
Because I honestly like listen to the voice. It's the same voice. I heard that and I was like, because I hear a lot of people saying it sounds like Matt Mercer. That is Matt Mercer's voice. I'm reasonably sure.
Okay.
The just talking.
So she has some past history with Ganondorf, which she did in Ocarina of Time. You know.
He betrayed them, and that's what Link did after Ocarina of Time. Is he went back in time to warn Zelda of Ganondorf's betrayal.
Right.
Okay, wait. Go back to where you can hear his voice.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
Right before that.
Is this where it was? I think.
Yeah.
He carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Yeah. I don't think that. I think you're right. I think it's not her dad, because the implication is like it's her dad, right? But this is cool right here. He's got a full-on shield attached to his sword.
Which definitely missed that. That's cool though.
Like, what is that? There's so many things that are just like, what's that? What's that? I want to go there. What's that thing?
See, that also looked like a dungeon, maybe, or maybe it's just an elaborate cave system that exists. Because like Hyrule in Breath of the Wild is my favorite version of Hyrule, but it's definitely like it could be. There's room for expansion. Like there's very little in way of like subterranean exploration.
Yeah.
And obviously, like the skies are a completely new frontier in Tears of the Kingdom. So if they can take that original Hyrule that was in Breath of the Wild and add a huge cave system and add all the stuff in the sky, like, God, how much time are we going to spend exploring?
I love we freaked out at this a horse-drawn carriage that they used, with the ultra hand to create, as presumably.
Yeah, because there's such green goo.
It's so funny how we're like.
Okay,
here we go. Reversing time mid-combat. That's cool. A freaking rocket ship. What is happening here? Because this is like a flying leap, right? It's like
looks like low gravity or something.
Oh, that's probably what it is. Yeah, looks just like a fun combat sequence.
Because it looked like he had like those platforms that he was jumping from place to place looked like they were affected by one of his runes.
Yeah.
Or like suspended by some sort of magic thing. So I'm wondering if it was like a low gravity area or like there was like an upwind or something that he could cast.
This I love. He made like a freaking mech. It's so silly. He's got a ring pop on his bow and arrow there. That looks.
See, that was what is that dragon
I
thing.
think that's an original enemy. Nothing comes to
Yeah.
mind immediately that I'm like, that reminds me of blank. See, this right here, what is that?
It reminds me of one of the things, the stones that you get, the sacred stones in Ocarina.
Yeah, I don't think that's...
It isn't,
Right.
but
It's reminiscent.
Hylia has, or what the thing that we think is Hylia has it on her necklace.
Right, yeah. So
And
that's...
if you look at the carvings, I'm trying to, hold on, let me bring it up here.
Let's see. Changelini says that's a kobold, like in the Sacred Tear and Skyward Sword. That's okay.
Oh.
From Calamity Nolan, thank you in the chat. Okay, that's... I knew it looked familiar. I was like, that is in a previous Zelda game, but I just wasn't sure what it was off the top of my head.
I'm just trying to find a high quality version of this image. It's very annoying.
Yeah, but yeah, let's see what else I mean, there's a lot happening. This is a great final trailer. Just a ton of stuff, tons of like crazy powerful Lionels. Like, there's just a lot.
So look at this.
It's wild.
I just sent you something on Slack, Kyle.
Let me see.
It's an image.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, it has the tier amulets plus something that looks like that creature that we saw.
Yeah. Sorry, I would pull it up on the stream, but I'm disconnected from Slack. But yeah, great trailer. I mean, my favorite trailer so far, I think. But that kind of like is a gimme, considering it's like the last big one. You know, of course they're gonna pull it all out for the final one. Same with the Breath of the Wild. The trailer that came out in the same time frame was like the one with Zelda crying in the rain and stuff like that. So, good stuff, man. There's a lot in there to take in. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on this game. Less than a month away. That's hard to think of. Like,
Yeah.
And I'm actually surprised that like we didn't come back and have Aonuma tell us like one little thing. Typically, the format they've used.
But yeah, I mean, what else did they need to say? It speaks for itself, really.
Yeah, it was a
ultimately.
mic drop.
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, anything else we need to cover before we sign off here?
No, I don't think so. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Game looks great. If everyone, I don't know if everyone's surprised or what, but yeah, I can't wait to play. Very excited for Tears of the Kingdom, of course.
And thank you so much to everyone for joining us for this stream. Of course, follow us on all the social media platforms. And also hit that subscribe button on our YouTube. We're continuing to grow that. And Kyle's also doing some stuff over on TikTok if you feel so inclined to follow us over there. But until next time, thanks for joining us. And we will see you next time there's a big stream like this.